Hey guys, welcome back. Glad to see you. Please keep coming back and tell all your friends. It's Dave and Joe Liberty Stand, and we during our very important meeting before the show, I was showing Joe some things on the Glenn Beck, and if I say "oh" one more time, I'll kill myself. But anyway,
And we'll be a witness.
he
Okay,
wrote,
you just said
yeah, I
it.
just said it again. He wrote some notes down, and we're going to go over them, and we're just going to grab whatever
Well,
sounds
Yeah.
fun to talk about, and we're going to talk about it.
Well,
So,
during that discussion, there was something that was said, and so what it was the individual is sovereign. What does that
okay,
mean?
what that means is the Constitution, the way that we were founded by the Founding Fathers, by the way, if anyone doesn't have these, get one. And if you live in Lafayette, Indiana, go to the Mosey at any given time, and Joe and I will be there. Well, except for the last one because I messed up and we weren't there.
Well,
But,
and that's we could
but-
post the link online too.
well, we can do that. But if you see
I'll
us,
put
we'd
that
be
on
glad
there.
to hand them out to you.
Yeah.
And anyway, what that means is, we are a country that was supposed to be ruled by the people. Now, the history of the world, the way it goes was everybody thought that the ruler got his power from God, and he ruled down on people. Okay, in the history of the world, that's always been, it's a king, it's some sort of tyrant, powerful person against everybody else, and they were all rich and everybody else was poor. Well, in America, it was upside down. It was the people got their power from God. So they got their power from God. They gave them the rights in the Constitution the founders spelled out for us that made us the powerful people, and we elected the people
But
to do small things
Right.
for us that we couldn't do
we elected the government
by ourselves. And it's all turned upside down. And that's what that
Right.
means is we are the one, we govern ourselves as long as I can do anything I want. Joe can do anything he wants. You can do anything you want.
in
as long
your
as
life, period. No matter where you
and-
live.
I can start a business. We can
Even
have
if you're
we can
in
have a show. We can do
Iraq or-
anything. No.
Well, but
in America.
Okay,
No,
you're saying
that's-
America.
That's what makes
Okay.
America special, because of our Constitution.
Right.
That's
okay.
why. That's why we're special. Okay. That's why everybody comes here. Nobody rips off the top of their little hut and tries to float across the Gulf to get to Cuba. I mean, it's the other way because
coming
we are
here.
the way.
The free land. Yeah.
Well, or we were, and it's
Right.
falling apart. And but that basically, I'm sorry, restate your question again because it's
what is it when we say the individual is sovereign?
right, because as long as I don't, in my endeavors, what I want to do, if I don't physically hurt Joe, if I don't steal, if I don't take his stuff, I don't take his money against his will. If we, I can do that, and same with Joe or you. We can all have our own stuff, and it's safe because it's ours. But and we can trade. We can do business together, and that's fine because we're gladly going. Oh, you do this, I'll pay you this much for that. And,
Right.
That's
Free.
yes,
Free
free
market.
enterprise.
Right. Well,
And,
because for me, when I think of sovereign, I think of God. God is sovereign. What that means with when I say that is God is over all things. He's sovereign. He's in control of all things, But with that too, I mean, nothing happens without Him knowing, without Him allowing. But He does allow free will.
But
He
that's-
allows
but that's
sovereignty of God. That's one.
But see, that's why we were such a great country before they tried to put the clamps down on that, because we were.
Right.
It was from God.
Right.
It was
Our rights.
God, the individual, then.
Well,
the
the rights
And,
were were when the Constitution was developed, they were looking at
I keep doing
the rights
this. I ought to be doing
God, I guess.
I ought to keep doing that because I guess I'm so used to pointing down because that's the way it is
they were.
now.
I guess they were based on God's principles of the Bible of God.
Absolutely.
Right? And they weren't saying you have to. We're not saying you have to worship God, but we're saying
you
the
can
foundations.
You can be an atheist.
You have the right
still,
to be an atheist, and we're not trying to
still
step
say,
on.
"Hey, don't you think it's cool that nobody can beat you up and take your stuff?"
Because I know there's
a
a group. Janet Parshall was talking about this group of people. They were atheists, and they're like protesting in Washington or something, and about rights. But it's like they want to take the Christian rights away, but they want their rights too. And I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like if you take. I mean, you've talked about this before. If you take one person's rights, you're affecting everybody.
They are going across the line because they don't just want to be who they are. They want to stop other people
what
from
you
being
have to say, right?
Yes.
They're trying to infringe on other people's rights.
They're blurring the line.
And that's happening though culturally, governmentally. It's happening where they don't want Christians to say, "Well, we don't agree with this." We're not allowed to say that anymore,
right?
And it's like so they're taking away our rights to speak. Now we need to do it in a loving. As a Christian, I want to do it in a loving way.
No, you can't.
Jesus didn't. He hammered on the religious people of his day, not the non-religious. Not the non-Jewish people, I should say, because everybody's religious. I mean, atheists are religious.
Right. Yeah.
They practice a religion.
Yes, they do.
Which is the religion of not worshiping God. They worship.
And they're activists in it.
Right,
right.
So religiosity.
And actually, here's the problem here's how the country went down the toilet, and I'll tell you that right now. God-fearing, conservative type people that want to have a family and get ahead and do right for themselves and their family and by God and all that, and just live their life and have fun and enjoy themselves. Mm-hmm. They're doing that. These activists live their activism.
Right.
And that's why they've trampled over us to be able to do these things.
Well, and the other thing, I've said
we were too busy having life.
Right.
And that was their life. And it's
life. Right. Well, but I also think, too, to kind of not harp on any particular group, I think there's an entity that doesn't care about your group or our group or their group.
But there's right and wrong and evil.
They have an evil agenda that they're trying to divide and conquer and destroy the United States. Do you not agree with that?
It's a conscious
It's not about their rights or their rights. It's about the fact that they want to destroy.
We've talked about this.
Right.
There is a conscious effort, and it's been going on for 100 years to bring down
the government, the United States.
Country.
Sorry, the United States.
No, the government is what's trying to do that.
Well, now. I mean, yeah, we said that same time.
Right.
The other thing I want to say, something you said earlier was that you were talking about that the people, or that God appoints the leader, or that the leader thought that, or what? How did you say that?
In history, there's a king or something like that, dictator, whatever it is. Everybody thinks, well, God goes through him. And that's why the pilgrims left England, because
that's a good example.
Because they would adjust religion. Because not only was he the leader of that country, he was the leader of the religion of that country.
Right.
Which is why we have the First Amendment. Which is why we can't have the government appoint a religion. Everybody can choose or not to choose to have whatever religion they want.
Well, and when you talk about the sovereignty of God, though, God does, in the scripture even says God appoints the leaders, not to necessarily say that they're the ultimate word, but that they kind of like give us ways of punishment as well.
When you say that, there's a part in the Bible where
God
They
appoints.
didn't
the
have a
leaders.
king. They didn't have
Yes,
a king.
well,
And they
we read
kept
that.
asking for a king. And
We
they kept
read that,
asking
yeah.
for a king. And you don't want a king, man. But
Yeah.
they kept wanting a king. Okay.
Because
Okay.
we talked about that. It's because they
And,
quit worshiping.
But we
the
got to
Lord.
go, and we got a
Yeah.
lot of good stuff. We got
Yeah.
a lot of good material to work for this time. We're gonna have a good show. So
All
we'll
right.
see.
God
We'll
bless
see
you
you
all.
in a second.
Okay.
Bye-bye.